Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In today's video I will be taking this 2022 Hyundai Kona N on a POV test drive. This is the fastest Kona you could buy and the best handling and the best looking Kona you could buy. Anyways, I'm going to be taking it on a test drive and we'll see how this Kona N will do. Alright, so this is the interior of this 2022 Hyundai Kona N. The N is seriously amazing, sounds amazing, and today we're going to be taking it on a test drive and we'll see how it does. I just finished reviewing it, so the full review should be out soon on my channel. Here is a backup camera. Backup camera resolution is actually not too bad. Let's go ahead and take this Kona N on a test drive and see how it does. Interior looks good and I really love the steering wheel design. I think Hyundai did a great job with the styling from the inside and out. Brakes feel nice and solid and very, very touchy. By the way, this Kona N has 14.2 inch rotors in the front and 12.4 inches in the back. And on their website, they say that the Civic Type R doesn't have those rotors and the WRX STI doesn't have them. So that's a very bold statement to say from Hyundai. We're going to be taking this Kona on the highway and we'll see how it does. On the steering wheel on the right, this is the N custom mode. Basically makes everything nice and sharp, aggressive. Steering wheel becomes very, very aggressive. Seriously amazing. This thing is insane. Handles very good, it stays nice and flat. Steering wheel is very heavy and seriously, this thing just pushes you back to the seat and it just keeps pulling. And this thing is actually very stiff. A ton of pops and crackles from this 2.0 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Seriously, Hyundai did a great job with this engine and sounds amazing. Anyways, it does have a 2.0 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It is connected to an 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. And this engine produces 276 horsepower and 289 pound-feet of torque. And by the way, this red button right here on the steering wheel, this is basically called the N Power Shift, which gives you 10 horsepower extra, and it just seriously makes the acceleration very, very aggressive. It brings up the horsepower numbers from 276 to 286. Suspension setup is very stiff if you put it in N mode, and if you leave it in normal mode, the suspension adjusts and it just becomes nice and comfortable. And you could just hear the turbo is very clear in this Kona N. This thing is seriously fun. A ton of pops and crackles. Probably it's really hard to hear over the camera, but there is a ton. It does have all the nice safety features: steering assist, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring system, and I'm really sorry about the plate in the back. I'll go ahead and fix that. It does have summer tires, and this SUV, when it accelerates, it kind of feels like it goes left and right, left and right. Downshifting is seriously so much fun in this Kona. Seriously, the brakes are very, very good. This transmission, this 8-speed dual clutch transmission, is probably the fastest transmission I ever tested. I'm just seriously shocked with the way how this thing handles, the way how it drives, and the way how it shifts, and the power it has. And by the way, it does have summer tires. The size is 235/40/19, so there's a good amount of it's nice and wide, and there's an okay amount of rubber, I would say. And the rims seriously look amazing. There's a good amount of plastic here and there, but again guys, whoever is going to be buying this, they are going to worry about the driving dynamics, the engine, the brakes, the transmission, all these kind of stuff. By the way, it does have plus and minus. There's heated seats. Drive modes are located right here. You could change your drive modes from here or from this button right here. Let's go ahead and put it back in N mode because it is really, really fun. Pops and crackles are seriously amazing. Again guys, it does have plus and minus, so you could shift your gears this way if you want to. Windows are not double-sided windows. And something that is really cool, if you go to the N mode settings, this thing is seriously stiff. I don't think it's as stiff as something like the Veloster N. Probably, as you guys see, the camera is moving a lot or shaking a lot because this thing is seriously stiff. When you put it back in normal mode, everything calms down, everything becomes nice and comfortable, and this thing is seriously amazing. Hyundai, you did a great job with this N, and it looks good, it drives good, suspension is nice and stiff, and does have all the nice safety features. It is $36,000. I think the price is a little bit expensive, but this engine by itself just sounds incredible, and I really, really like what they did. Let's go ahead and test the safety features. Let's go ahead and turn on cruise control, steering assist. So lane keeping assist, steering assist, and the adaptive cruise control. Everything is on, and the SUV is steering by itself. I'm not gonna lie, there is a good amount of road noise. There is a good amount of noises that are coming from the inside into the cabin, so I could definitely hear the cars passing by. After all, this is a Kona, so that's expected. And by the way, I don't think it has adaptive cruise control because it did not slow down, but it does have steering assist, lane keeping assist. So I'm not sure why it doesn't have adaptive cruise control. Yeah, it doesn't have the button for the adaptive cruise control. very nice and comfortable. I really like those seats. I think they are a little bit more comfortable than the Veloster N, and I really can't wait for the Elantra N. Even in normal mode, this thing is nice and quick. Let's go ahead and put it back in the N line. I really hope you guys could hear the amount of pops and crackles from this engine or from this exhaust. It's seriously something else. And when it's on the stiffest setting, it's really hard to talk. Let's go ahead and you could adjust everything right here. So you could adjust the suspension. Suspension became a little bit more comfortable now. And transmission Sport Plus. Basically everything right now is Sport Plus. Really wish that you guys could hear the amount of pops and crackles from this exhaust. Beautiful SUV, very fun to drive, and the fuel economy numbers are actually not too bad. 20 in the city, 27 highway, and 23 combined. I think those numbers are not too bad. Paddle shifters feel nice and solid, a little bit on the cheaper side, not really by much. I really like this NGS. Basically, when you click this button, it will give you 10 horsepower boost, and it will reset every 40 seconds. So you could use it. After 40 seconds, it will reset, and then you could reuse it again. By the way, it does have launch control. I'm going to try my best to do launch control for you guys and test it myself to see how good this launch control is. By the way, this Kona N has summer tires, and yeah, we'll see how that launch control will do. And I really like this 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. When you downshift it to the first gear, it's actually not jerky at all. Some SUVs, or some cars, when you downshift them to the first gear, they tend to become jerky. Let's go ahead and test the launch control. So it says that I have to put it in launch control, then I have to put it in manual mode for me to be able to activate the launch control, and let's see if that works. That did not work. I'm not exactly sure why. But anyways, guys, it's nice and quick from a dead stop, and 0 to 60 is in 5.5 seconds. This thing is nice, and fun to drive, sporty, and I really like this Kona N. 276 horsepower and 289 pound-feet of torque. They definitely move this Kona. Yeah, I am really in love with this 2.0, and I really like this exhaust. By the way guys, I completely forgot, but this thing has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and the screen looks seriously amazing. I was just too busy with this engine because seriously, this engine is amazing. The suspension setup is a little bit stiff in normal mode, but when you put it in the N mode, basically everything just becomes super aggressive. And seriously, such a beautiful SUV, nice and sporty, handles amazing, and I really like what Hyundai did with this Kona. The acceleration is brutal in this Kona. Seriously guys, the brakes feel nice and amazing. The brake pedal has a really nice feel to it, and I really like what Hyundai did with this Kona N. They seriously killed it, and such a beautiful SUV, and sounds amazing. So is it really worth $36,000? I honestly don't really think it's worth $36,000. I would say if it's more like low 30s, then yeah, it's acceptable. $36,000 is a little bit on the higher side for a Hyundai and for a Kona in general. But is this thing fun to drive? Seriously, it is fun to drive, and I really enjoy driving this thing. And it does have two 10.25-inch screens. They look amazing. Interior looks decent. The exterior looks very good. Window switches and the buttons, everything looks okay and feels okay. Nothing really high quality or anything like that. And yeah, this thing sounds good. The engine is nice and powerful. This 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission is seriously amazing, and it shifts so quick. And yeah, the sound, the exhaust sound on this Kona is amazing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this POV test drive of this Kona N. I would like to thank Sam and Key Hyundai in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this Kona N. If you guys are around and if you guys are interested, make sure to come and check them out, because they only actually have one of this Kona N. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.